Hey guys, welcome back to Enigma Climbing. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day today to go bouldering, but I have a problem. My skin is trashed. Went out bouldering on Monday, trying one of my projects, or actually 3 of my projects. I'm trying to climb V11 before I turn 42 years old. And there's one that seems more promising than the other ones. And I made the mistake of trying it too many times until my skin bled. Yeah, I've been climbing now for about 20 years, and some of my skin issues I feel like I'll never be able to solve. Partly because I do have a genetic condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that makes my connective tissue kind of weak and fragile. I have overly stretchy skin. Yeah, always had this. My joints tend to be a bit loose, like wrists. Sometimes they tend to pop out of socket. However, I gotta go back and try my project. I can't just wait 2 weeks for my skin to heal up again. I've tried just taping like usual. I mean, I've done that many times and it works for some. However, on this particular project that I want to try today, the problem is the tape is not gonna have enough friction. And so I run the risk of dry firing of these small holes, and I really don't want to do that and risk injury. So last year I've started to play around with the idea of super gluing thin pieces of rubber on my skin. Of course, I'm not going to count a sand with rubber on my fingertips. However, it will allow me to continue practicing on the moves, so that way when my skin does heal, I can actually give it at least a few really good burns before the skin just starts to go away. Now today I'm gonna do it a little bit different. I'm gonna tape up with some super glue, then put some thin strips of rubber on the fingertip, and then tape the base of it to see if it'll hold up a little bit better. Because the thing is, if you just super glue the rubber piece, it's just not gonna stay actually. It might stay for maybe an attempt, but it starts to slide right away. So we're gonna try this today and see if it actually works. So come a little bit closer and let me demonstrate how this goes. Here's my super glue. Tape, razor blade. Now I've already cut some pieces of rubber here. Some of these are probably going to work well, like this one for example. Yeah, this one could work, and this one could work. So that's kind of what it looks like here. All right, we're going to add the first layer of tape. This finger is pretty messed up here, and that's going to bleed immediately if I try to climb with it. I like to use Leuco tape. It's a bit more resilient than all the other athletic or climbing tapes. I'm gonna go past the first knuckle right there. All right, add a bit more super glue right here to keep it on. Now which one are we gonna use? Let's see. Yeah, let's give this one a try. Some of you guys that know me, you know that I use kind of off-the-wall methods to optimize my climbing. I'll hand jam, fist jam in areas that most people don't even think you could. And that's the thing, man. When you have issues, all you can do is try to solve them as best you can. We're just gonna cut the tip here. Some thin strips of tape right here to keep this on. There we go. That's what it looks like right there. Finger ends up being a bit thick, which is going to be a problem on my project because there's a little slot that I use right in the beginning. But this will protect my skin, and I'll have enough friction so that I am not dry firing and causing injury to my A2 pulleys. I'll do this for 2 more fingers. There's finger number 2. I wonder if I'm going to get any hate comments about this. That's cheating, man. Can't do that. That's aid climbing. And that's why, again, I'll repeat, I wouldn't try sending a boulder problem like this. Also, the rubber doesn't feel as awesome as you'd think, by the way. The skin is still the best medium to climb with. But when you have no skin left, and you still want to work on your projects, then this might be a good method. We're going to tape the base right there to keep it stationary. And that's 3 fingers complete. Now, one thing that we gotta not do is climb without tape today. That would really be a mistake and wreck my skin for a long time. All right, so we got 3 fingers fixed up. Now let's go bouldering and see if it works. But this move, I guess, is the only one that I haven't been able to stick yet. The rubber's holding up. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be the problem move. Well, I had to rubberize another tip. All right, another day of bouldering done. The tape-up job with the fillets of rubber actually held up quite well. I ended up having to apply 2 more pieces to save skin. But yeah, it allowed me to try my projects without dry firing and hurting myself. So overall, yeah, I think I might use this method more often. Give it a try, tell me what you think. See ya! Okay!